Well, hello there everybody, and a very happy new year to you. I'm Kim Gow from Colour Passion, and thank you for joining our channel once again. A fresh new year, can you believe it? I don't know, the days seem to fly by, the weeks do, the months do, and here we are another year later. Anyway, let's go and have some fun today. We've had a request from Nat she calls herself Matters of the little H and big ART. Matters of the Heart, which is very cleverly done. So Nat, this pour is for you because you've requested it. Basically what Nat wanted to see was a seascape with a swipe. So we'll have a go at that. I've never done it before. Not quite sure how we're going to do this, but look, you know my motto, if you don't give it a go, you're never going to know. So with that in mind, I'm going to have a go. It'll probably be a little bit more abstract than normal, but hey, let's go and see what we can do. Hello there everybody, here we are, ready to try our different technique with trying to do some swiping with our ocean. Now, I have mixed up my resin, so I'm just going to be popping that in. So we're Blue Passion obviously at the top, Spearmint at the bottom, Base Cell White, and we're going to use the Beach Sand Luster, but we're adding more gold into it because that's what Nat requested. And then we've got Kimmy Shimmer. Quite nervous about this because it's way beyond my comfort zone, Nat, because I've never done a swipe with a seascape. So this is going to be new for us all. So I hope it's not going to be a disaster. But I'm really grateful that you asked me to do it because it is hard. You know, you do think after a couple of years, you know, what other things can I show you? Got some things in the background that I'm thinking about, and we'll see what happens in the new year, which is actually now. I'm doing this and it's New Year's Day, so happy New Year everybody, and I hope you're going to have a sensational year ahead. All right, let's start with our Blue Passion, which is my favourite deep water whenever I'm doing any of my ocean pours. Always stir the paste. Pop that in there. Give it a good mix. Obviously with my resin I mixed it for 3 minutes, concentrating on the sides of the mixing container and across the bottom. You're not whipping eggs for those who are new to resin pouring. You are simply stirring and mixing and making sure that it's well and truly mixed before you go to use it. Okay, so now my favourite is Max White Sparkle. Love it. And I always put it in my, it's going everywhere because I've got the fan on above me. Is everything happening here? I forgot it was on actually. So, okay, just going to stir that in. And when the light hits it, it's just stunning. Just, I don't know, I'm trying to get this so you can see it. Can you see all the beautiful sparkles? Love, love, love it. Okay, so we're going to do the Kimmy Shimmer. Again, going to be stirring that. It hasn't been opened, this particular one hasn't been opened for a while. So, don't need too much at all. Generally my rule of thumb that I run with is if it's a full cup of resin, it's a good full teaspoon. if it's half a cup, well, it's half a teaspoon of the paste. And we don't want to go over that ratio, which is 5 to 10% max, 10% of the colour to the amount of resin, because otherwise you're going to end up with problems. And what it will do, it has a chemical reaction because with the resin, it just doesn't work when you put too much colorants in, and it will go really, really hot and like flash cure, and you'll be, you know, stirring 1 minute and the next it's rock hard, and you'll see steam come off. And I have heard, not happened to me, but I have heard that some people have said it actually catches fire, so you do have to be careful. All right, so now we've got our lovely spearmint. Trying to get that half a teaspoon in. Spearmint's a funny one because in the jar it's quite a heavy colour, so what can happen is in the jar it looks like you haven't got your full 50 grams, but trust me, you have. We always weigh every single jar manually, so I know that they're there, but it also often it sort of separates a little bit, and you might have like a little bit of clear fluid there. And it might even be a little bit on the yellow side, but it's absolutely fine. But I just wanted to point that out. All right, now we've got our beach sand luster, which is beautiful. And it's very much based, of course, on the Australian sand, because I know overseas it's all sorts of different colours and it's not kind of like we have here. Just putting a little bit of that one in because Nat did ask me to put lots of gold in. She wanted gold shawl, so I'm going to try that and I think we'll see what happens. And this is the new gold passion, which is just lovely. Look at that rich gold, it's just stunning. All right, so again, I don't want to overdo it, but I'll just put this amount in and see if that's enough. It may not. It's quite goldy. I don't want it so that it looks really odd and too goldy. So, all right, maybe I'll just put just a little bit more in, but I don't want to do too much more because I think it's otherwise it's going to overdo it. All right. I hope you're happy with that, Nat. Okay. Now, when we're doing swiping, we use the base cell white. And here's my dilemma, because generally, whenever we do ocean pores, we use the top cell white because we want the lacing over the top. So this is where I'm just a little bit concerned about how this is going to go. In fact, what I'm going to do, I think, just to play it safe, maybe I'm just going to do maybe a bit of both, so that if I need to, I can always pop a little bit of the top cell over the top if we can't get the lacing, the desired result that we want. So we'll try this base, and again, the base has to be under the colour. So that's another little bit of a challenge. And this is quite runny, quite liquid. So they're just so different, our two whites, totally different formulations, but both extremely popular. All right, let's just see how that goes. And if it doesn't go so well, well then we'll use some top cell, perhaps on the other. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So, okay, I'm thinking probably what I can do is pour the colour on, and then I'm sort of going to move it with my hands. I'm just going to leave a little bit left over, I think. I'm going to put Kimmy Shimmer in the middle here. Leave a little bit left over, and we'll do spearmint, which is that clearer water down near the edge. And then we're going to do our sand at the bottom. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just with my hands, I'm just going to smear this over. Oops, I'm knocking it a little bit because I'm on the side trying to do this so you can see it. And oh, by the way, we're using the Ultimate Art Resin, the Colour Passion Ultimate. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be mixing this so that it's up and down so that it crosses over, so we don't see a strong line of colour stopping and starting, which I have done in the past, but I'm thinking this could be a nice way to go. Up here. Been a while since I've done an ocean pour actually, so this is fun. I just hope that it's going to come together nicely. Oops. So here we go, but nicely with the swiping, and that's something I did forget to do. I haven't cut my swipes up yet, but we'll see how we go. Right, just going to wipe my fingers there. And the swipe that I use is good old baking paper. So I'm just going to tear some off. I mean, there are obviously lots of other different types of paper you can use. Right, just going to put that to one side for the moment. So, okay, as I said, here's my dilemma, because I know that the white should be under the blue, but if we put, I'm thinking, we'll put white along here. Then I'm thinking, if we blow the colour over it, I'm really not sure about this. But I'm just going to actually hit it with the heat gun, just to burst any bubbles. So as a matter of interest, I'm just going to try and do that first and see what happens. It is lacing, because I'm blowing the colour over it. And there'll be obviously different sorts of cells, so you can do it obviously like that, but I sort of wanted it to come down in here as well. So okay, let's try the actual swipe and see what happens with that. So we might just do it maybe across here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to heat it first with a heat gun, just gently. And what I was thinking, that's why I left a bit left over, because I was thinking, well, maybe I could just put some across here and then pull it through, and we'll see what happens. That was my thoughts, but we will find out if I do it in sections, because otherwise it might be a bit too much. I don't know. Okay, so we're just going to come to here, and up we come. Well, it has given lovely little bits there, hasn't it? we'll do the same here. Oops, I didn't get all that off. It's very different, isn't it? It's actually quite interesting to do, so thank you, Nat. As I said, I was very nervous about how this is going to go. Yeah, we'll come back this way, I think, so that we're sort of on here. Then I'm thinking, I just want to do the small bits there. Just trying to get that little bit there. Just make sure that it's wet with the resin. Okay, that's that bit. Okay, and now we've got this little bit on the end. I decided to do the tapes today so that it wouldn't run off, have the run off in case there was an issue. But I probably didn't need to worry when I see this now. Okay, so there we go. Thinking. Certainly is a different way to do it, isn't it? So I might just thinking along here how we can sort of make it a bit more like with the white along the bottom, sort of like that. Oops. I might just maybe blow it back a bit. I'll just see what happens. Oops. Over here. I don't know if that's going to be the right thing to do, but we'll try it. I want it sort of going, disappearing off up to the top there. Okay. Not sure with this, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but let's have a little look. I wonder if I can go along like this without messing it up too much. Okay. That's not too bad. Sort of almost looks like a wave coming up and over, doesn't it? Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so let's just do that again. Up and maybe over. Oops. And maybe even do it on this other little bit of white that I had there, just to give the impression of like a wave. Oops. Let's see how that goes. Now there's more white there, not much down there. Goodness gracious. A few little bits of white down here. And then okay, just next to it, just up and back. Maybe not, maybe I should have left it so that it was kind of more like that and soften it. I'll just put the heat gun on it again, just so that it's not all odd. Okay. There's nothing wrong with getting the board and actually tilting it down either, because what we've just done, what we just heated, is going to be the one to run. So we'll see how that goes. This is sort of a little bit interesting. It's sort of like it is crashing on the shore there, but I'd like to do, I think, a bit more. I really quite like how it's right there, but I'm just sort of thinking I want to have something there, maybe like a little second wave. Now this is the time maybe we can use a bit of top cell white and just see how that goes. Let's mix up a bit and see. So I'm just going to get another spatula. Okay. So remember, we're only using just a little bit of the top cell. Okay. So I might put it perhaps so that it's across there, and we might blow and see what happens. Oops. Don't want to have it too much. Don't know if it's going to work or not. Interesting that that's not lacing so well for some reason. So we can again just put it up like so. Oh well, there we go. That looks like it's a little bit of wave happening, a little bit of wave action. And then I might pour, it's feeling quite hot for some reason. Anyway, I might pour just a little bit up over here, and we'll blow that up. Have it across the top there. Actually, at this point, I think, I am going to take this tape off, so then it will pull up a bit up that way. Take that off, pop him in the bin, and see how we go. Drooping it. Okay. Now I'm going to put a bit more, I think, of the top cell and blow that over the edge. Just going to pull these out the road. Right, top cell, here we are. we've just got a little bit more wave action out in the deep there. That's obviously a lot stronger. This is very soft and gentle and muted. But there's nothing wrong with having, you know, a little bit different. I might actually even use the good old fingers and just sort of along so that it's okay. And we've got sort of down the bottom here, I've got quite a bit of the darker colour there. I might just pour a bit more, just the straight gold over it. And just mix that in a bit. Okay. I do love the sparkle in that outer water. Just lovely. Oops, and I've just spotted a hair. Did I get it? Hopefully I did. Right, so I'm just going to go just sort of a little bit different through here. Seems the whole thing is different. Let's, you know, add to it. Oh, got some bubbles coming up by doing that, but that's okay. I still would like to put maybe a bit more white through there. Let's see what happens. Kind of like a frothiness going sort of through that area. Oops, and I'll put a strand across here. That wasn't clever. This time of the year, when it's over 30 degrees, you really need to have your aircon on because the resins can go off fairly quickly, which I can feel this is certainly heating up. Now, how am I going to do this one without mucking it up too much? It's there again. Okay. All right, so yep, I'm still gonna. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. So just going to put a bit more white along here though. And I think what I might do is just heat it slightly. And then get some paper, more baking paper, and just try doing it just a little bit of a swipe. I don't want to do a lot, just a little bit to see what it's going to do. So I'm going to come up and drop it, up, drop it, up, drop it. Yeah, that looks a bit better, a bit more sort of like a wave coming in. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Love to hear what you think of this particular creation that I was very, very nervous about. Right, I've got white over there, so I'm just going to see if I can maybe just fix, what am I doing here? Fix this up a little bit. Just that bit of straying there. Right. going to put, I think, just a little bit more white here. Then try it again. Just go. See how we go. A bit too white by comparison to the others, isn't it? So. Give me shimmer there. Maybe I can put just a little bit more across. Let's see what happens. And hopefully it will do wonderful things. It's just so hard to know when it's something I've never ever done before. Spot there, don't want that there. Okay. Push that across a bit, I think. There we go. This is a very, very different kind of pour, isn't it? I actually don't know that I like the top bit there, even though the lacing's fine, but I just think it's a bit heavy for how this is. So what I might do is pour the last bit that I've got here, and I might just push it up with a heat gun, I think. Like push it over. If there's a little bit of white there, well, that's all right. I know it's not a horizontal line, but I kind of think it still works a bit better. With the rest of it. I think that's better because I just think it was too harsh and it was drawing your eye to that, which is not what we wanted. Okay, it's so hard. I'm just wondering whether I should just go, you know, along like this, maybe having like a little bit of a line along there a bit. Anyway. We can keep going and then we can sort of muck things up, can't we? So we've got to, it's always hard to know sometimes, isn't it, when to stop. As she continues on. All right. There we go. All right, look, you know what? I'm going to leave it at that, I think, because if I keep going, I'm going to muck it up and you don't want that. And when I do the chopping, of course, it does make some bubbles, so I'm just going over the rest of those bubbles and then we should be right. Beautiful. All right, everybody, let's see how this cures and I'll show you in the reveal. Well, here we are, everybody. We are having a look at the reveal of the piece that we did. Now, I didn't do the reveal yesterday because it was very grey and sort of humid and horrible and not good for taking a video outside. Today the sun's peeking through now, so I'm hoping we're going to get a break. Anyway, what I did was, after I turned off the camera the other day, what I did was here, I just sort of got a spatula and I just swished it up a little bit to make it look like little sort of choppy water in the deeper ocean. I'm hoping you can see that gorgeous sparkle. I love it. I always do it with the Blue Passion and our gorgeous Max White Sparkle. Stunning. Okay, and then we come down to the swipe. Now that turned out really lovely. I'm quite impressed with the way it turned out. It does resemble waves, or big waves, whatever. So it looks looking really good. Then we've got this area here, which sort of, I suppose, is quite abstract, but it indicates that it would be like choppy water. So that's okay. Then we've got where I sort of went up and back with the paper to create some waves. And that looks okay. And then down the bottom, we've got sort of on the shoreline there with the sand coming in. And that's turned out okay. So all in all, I'm very happy with this. So thank you, Nat. Now this as I said, we did it for Nat. So I'm pleased that we were able to do it for you, Nat. So I hope you like it. Please let me know what you think. I've got another plan in mind that because we've got a new kit coming out in the next week actually of the Oceanique kit, but the Oceanique kit full-size products, and we're going to have those as a special offer coming out in the newsletter. So keep an eye out for that. And basically it's the same colours we've used here today, except for where I've used the Blue Passion and the Max White Sparkle, it's the Jackie Shimmer. So it'll be a darker, I suppose, deeper ocean. So I'll do that for you shortly in the next few days and get that out to you. But at the moment, this is where we're at. But who would have thunk doing a swipe for an ocean paw? So there we go. So remember, if you don't give it a go, you'll never know. So I would suggest that you just trial these things and see what happens, because you can always pour over it if it doesn't turn out, or if you want to add something to it, very easily. It's really not an issue. So there we go. Okie dokie. Well, I'll leave it at that for now. Have a wonderful week ahead. Look forward to seeing you on the channel next time, and take care. Bye for now. Well, I've just come out to go inside now, and I can't believe it. This cloud formation looks like a humongous swipe. Can't believe it. So I had to share it with you guys because it is absolutely amazing. Wow. There you go. Everything's happening here. Okay, just wanted to show you this, guys. Bye for now.